Alright there, ladies and gents, we have our first spider crab on the channel. Whoop, 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 whoop. What an absolute little cracker. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day out on the shore. Today, as you can see in the background, we are going to be heading out to Loo Island, otherwise known as St. George's Island. But yeah, first of all, we've still got about another hour and a half before we get down to low tide. Pretty good tide today, weather's changed, brightened up a bit. It's supposed to be a bit bad later, but yeah, not a breath of wind in sight. Look at that water, it is like an absolute mill pond. It is dead still today. So yeah, we're gonna have an explore around, see what we can find, see if we can get any critters, give you guys a bit of a show and tell before we head on over through the kelp bed and over to Loo Island over there, and I'll give you a little tour around on the beach. We can't go around the full island unfortunately because it's still closed with coronavirus, but I'll give you a brief history and a rundown, and then we'll come back and have a little bit more of a search again. Well, hopefully you'll be able to see. I'm not going to dig him out because he's far too small, but down the back there we have a brown edible crab. Right at the very back. It's only a smaller little thing, so we won't dig them out. I'm sure you've all seen before, but yeah, it's the sort of thing we're looking for. Nice little sort of crevasse running along, a little bit of a cave and a bit of a deeper bit going back, and that's where the bigger crabs normally like to hang out, so hopefully we can find something a bit bigger today. Look how clear that water is. It is absolutely and utterly lovely. Not like it has been a little while ago, where it was murky as anything. It's turning out to be a right cracker of an afternoon. All I'm doing there at the moment is just making my way through this channel and down, seeing if there's any critters that have got stuck or haven't quite made it out yet. Just seeing if we can find anything of interest really. We've got so many different types of seaweed. Tons of thongweed, which is this stuff here. Got this here which is called knotted rack. Down there we've got, down there you've got sea lettuce. This stuff here is called gutweed. Yeah, plenty of other bits of kelp and stuff like that around as well. Oh, that was a bit cold. The water temperature isn't particularly warm at the moment. It's only about 10 degrees or so, so it's still a little bit chilly. But yeah, got some razor rack down there. Plenty of razor rack up on the embankments there as well. Yeah, full of seaweed at the moment. We'll march on through and see what else we can find. Alright there, ladies and gents, we have our first spider crab on the channel. Whoop, 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 whoop. All I could see from this rock were these little legs. They can scurry quite fast when they want to in the water. There's a tiny little female spider crab there. I'll bring her out and give you all a show. Oh no, it is actually a small male. To me, it looked like a small female. I'm over here, Come on. I know. I promise I won't keep you up for long. I'm just going to give you a show and tell to the world, and then we'll let you go on your way. Now, with these guys, you do need to be careful when you're holding them because they are very spiky. Come here, you. Very feisty little crab, aren't you? Come here, you. There we go. One nice male spider crab. Far too small to keep. He's only, well, he's smaller than the size of my hand. The big ones that you want to be looking for when you do keep these guys will be bigger than the size of your hand. But yeah, you can tell he's male from this apron down in the middle there. It's sort of a narrow V-shaped. But yeah, nice to see that these guys have finally come in, as it is that time of year now. Shame this one isn't about 50% bigger or so. But yeah, missing one claw unfortunately. But yeah, absolute chuffed with this find. We are finding so much stuff down here today. If I turn him over, yeah, you can see my hand completely dwarfs the crab. These guys have actually recently been rebranded, commonly known as a spider crab, but they're actually now as well called the Cornish king crab, as a lot of people didn't like the name spider crab, it put them off, but they're actually very nice to eat. Hopefully we get one a good 50% bigger, maybe twice the size, and that's exactly what we're after today. Well, I'm not quite sure what that is there, ladies and gents. Don't think it's some form of worm, it's quite rubbery. I'm not sure if it's some form of egg casing of something. Try and find out what that is, because I've not come across that before. That's something new for myself. Well, when it rains it pours. Just literally come down here, lifted back some of the kelp, and what have we got? Mr. Spider. Hello, Senor Spider. Again, this guy here probably isn't going to be big enough to keep. Nice male though, but yeah, far too small. Again, you need him to be a good, probably 50% bigger. Nice to see they're here nonetheless. I love, oh sorry, I just stepped back and almost went waist deep in water then, and it's pretty cold. Yeah, nice to see that they are here, but they need to be a lot bigger than that to keep. We'll see if we can find one today, because it would be pretty special to do so. Well, they certainly are everywhere at the moment, ladies and gents. Literally just wandering about in the shallows. Number 3 down. Happy days. Seem to be getting a bit smaller as we find them though, but never mind. Nice to see nonetheless. Still pleased that we found a couple today. Look how diddy this little guy is. Look at him. He's a tiny little spider. So small. As I said, they seem to be getting smaller and smaller, but we need to find those big ones. What they do when they're younger is they cover themselves in seaweed and stuff like that to help camouflage themselves in, to avoid being eaten by predators. But yeah, definitely pleased with the amount of spiders we've seen. Just got to get a bigger one now, and dinner will be served. Happy days. And again, this one's male. You can tell by the little V in the middle there, that apron. The female ones are a big pad. But yeah, awesome little find. Right, ladies and gents, I thought I'd briefly just talk about sort of the best places to find spider crabs really, since it's that time of year. Obviously, out and about there, that's where I found a couple, but also in gullies that are like this, that run down, especially on decent tides like today. They like to come up, feed. As the tide whips out, they will follow it out with it. So places like this, and especially underneath areas like there, that's generally where we're going to find spider crabs. So yeah, we've moved down, and we'll just move out and along, see what else we can find. And yeah, just like that, there you go, down there. Well, I don't know what you're doing in the open there, buddy, but we'll put you under. Another spider crab. Yeah, found several of them today so far, and he's escaping. But yeah, just need to find a big one. Keep droning on about it, but would be nice to find one nonetheless. Anybody home in there today? Let's have a look while we're here. Nope, nobody in the back of that one. Alright, we'll continue exploring. So again then, ladies and gents, I'm just in another gully down here, just traversing down the side just to show you. And again, literally where spider crabs like to sit, underneath the weeds, tucked away on the side of the wall. And there you have it, just down there. Again, unfortunately, this one's too small. Still, it's probably about the 20th one I've seen today. Now, I'm not actually sure, just down there, what these are. It's almost like some form of an enemy, as you can see. Give them a brief touch and they curl up. There's a whole host of them. Never come across those before. If any of you guys know what they are, please leave a comment down below. I'll try and find out in the meantime. But yeah, I've not come across this before. Not sure if it's some form of an enemy or just some form of like sponge or something. It's just filter feeding there. Yeah, awesome to see. Nice little find. Being plagued by little spider crabs now. Couldn't find them the other day and now there's bloody hundreds of them. Yeah, just thought I'd check out this hole. And rather than a lobster, we've got Mr. Spider Crab. Where is your granddad? That's what I want to know, mister. Oh, he's after me. He wants them fingers. There we go, another little male. But yeah, just checking underneath the ledges and the gullies. That's definitely where you're going to find them all. This one's been in the wars, obviously been fighting. He's lost 2 legs. Still got both of his claws though. Alright there, ladies and gents. Just come across this lovely overhang and this lovely hole. Had a quick poke around in there and we definitely have something in the back. I'm not sure if it's a lobster or if it's a conger eel, but sometimes where you find congers you also find lobsters, so yeah. Feels like it could be a conger. It feels a bit soft, I'll be very careful. See what we can get out. Face full of splash then. Gone further back. Oh yeah, it's a nice sized conger, that's for sure. Don't know if I'll be able to get it out though. They're far too slippery. There it is. Come here, you. Oh. Right, give me a sec there guys, I'll try and set the GoPro up somewhere so we can get a nice look at it while I try and get this out because it's a bit too difficult. Bear with me one mo and we'll be back in a sec. Wow, this is proving very difficult. We'll try and persevere through it there, ladies and gents. I can feel him in the back there. I don't think there's a lobster in there with him. But they're so slippery, it's unreal. And when he comes out, he is going to go absolutely mental. There he comes. And there he goes straight back in. We may even have a lobster in there as well, you know what, guys? I think then he may have disturbed a bit of a Larry. Well, I'm not entirely sure where he's now gone. I think there's another little bit of a right, apologies, just going to wipe the GoPro down. Yeah, I think there's another little bit of a tunnel which goes back up there, and I think he's just shot up there, but I'll turn the GoPro off to save some battery so I can film a bit more. I'll try and get this guy out and we'll see where we end up in a minute. There we go, ladies and gents. Finally got him out. Oh, that took a while. It took only 15 minutes to get him out of there. He's all tuckered out now. I'll get him back in shortly, but I just wanted to give you a nice show. These guys normally go skits on now, but I think I tied him out pretty well. So I can give you a good look before I stick him back in his hidey hole. Yeah, they're covered in like this slimy mucus. It makes them next to impossible to reach in and grab out. Yeah. What an absolute little cracker. These guys are just pretty amazing. Definitely don't want to get bit by one, especially not a larger one. And this one's definitely not sort of a size you would keep to eat. Although you can do, but you need them sort of about that thickness really. Probably about twice as long and twice as thick. But yeah, we'll get a couple of quick pictures. And then I'll send this beautiful little guy back home. What an absolute little legend. Well, ladies and gents, I'm well happy with that find. What a cracker of an eel. However, it's now low tide. Oop, almost fell over then. I'm literally just going to go and check out that hole over there, see if it goes back anywhere, and then try and make my way out there. I was hoping to get out there today, but this knotted rack is everywhere, and it's making travelling through the water just almost impossible. Literally going a few meters through it and I'm just getting absolutely tangled up in it. So yeah, if it's safe to do so, I'll go over there. If not, we'll save it for another day and we'll carry on exploring around here. We'll see what we can find. See you in a mo. Well, there was nothing in that hole, unfortunately, ladies and gents. It's a perfect hole for a lobster, but nobody home today. However, down here we've got another couple of lovely little snake-looking enemies. I love it how their tentacles just sort of whip back and forward. Yeah, some of the ones we found before are a lovely sort of green colour with like pinky purple tips. This one's more of a dull grey, but still nice to see nonetheless. Right, ladies and gents, there is no way I'm going to be able to get back out there in time, as it's low tide now. By the time I get out there, it's probably going to take me an hour to traverse through all this knotted weed. It's taken me literally about 5 minutes to travel about 10 meters in this stuff. It's just completely tangled and wrapping around my legs, so I don't want to get stuck over there. So for today, I'm not going to go over there. We'll save that for another video. Instead, we're going to go have an explore back around some of these ledges around here and see what other critters we can find. Hopefully we might get a nice Larry if we're in luck today. There we go, just down there. There's a nice pair of the green and purple tipped snake stocks anemones. Do love the colorations on them. They are so awesome. So much variety of what you can get in nature. But yeah, so I'll make my way across over there now. This thongweed. That's thongweed. This is knotted weed or knotted rack, and it is an absolute pain to traverse through. So yeah, we'll see what we can find over here. See if there's any goodies waiting for us that may have held up in a burrow somewhere. If we're lucky, we'll go and see what we can find. Back in a mo. Well, just come across a nice little bit of a ridge and a cave system here, guys. So I'll see if anybody's home. Now this was all turfed out, so it leads me to believe that something might be down the back there. Can't feel anything as of yet. Nothing down there. And maybe once upon a time was. Oh, that goes pretty far back. No. Well, that's one. See if there's anything in the big one. Get a better position. How far do you go back? Pretty far. Oh wow, that keeps going. Well, there might very well be something in the back of that, but I'll never know, because it just goes back far too far. It's the way it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Right, we're going to have to start making our way back in over there now. The tide's about to turn in a few minutes, and the last thing I want to do is be trapped out on these rocks trying to get through all this bloody knotted rack again, because it is a nightmare. But I'll keep searching as I'm moving back, seeing if I can find any more ledges or little cave systems and that to explore, and see if I can find anything else to find and show you. Have a quick dig around in here a sec. There's another nice little hole. Nope. Right, we shall move on. Right there, ladies and gents. Sorry I couldn't film the extraction. Thought I had a lobster first of all. And then I thought, no, it's probably a conger. But it wasn't. I'm not actually sure if this is a ling or not. But yeah, again, very slimy. I will annotate the species of fish this is, because I honestly can't remember. I'm not sure if it's some form of ling or not. But yeah, very slimy. I'll try and give you a better shake, mate. If you'll let me. No. Well, we'll put him back under his rock so he doesn't dry out. And there we go, away he goes. Yeah, that was quite an awesome little find. Another little treasure, just as we're coming back in. Saw this rock here. Saw it had some nice crevices. I think might be hiding, so I had a little bit of a prod around and out popped that little guy. That was quite cool. Yeah. Definitely at low tide now. We'll continue our little journey sort of over here, having a brief look for a few things, and then it'll be time to head back in shortly. Now hopefully I can get down low enough and get the GoPro to pick it up, but just in here where my finger is, hopefully you guys can see, is some star obsidian. These patterns are awesome. Now they're actually form of like microculture. They're all sort of individual organisms that make up the whole. But yeah, the patterns on them are awesome. Don't come across them that often. Shame this rock's a bit too heavy for me to be able to pull up, but yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a show and tell, as it's another little thing we can take off the list for the channel. I don't normally find many of these guys that are alive around here. Most of the time you just find all the shells for the clams. Yeah, little hard shell clam. Nice to see. Put you back in there, buddy, and put you in. Normally when they sit in the water, they sort of sit in like that, and then as the tide comes in they just filter everything through. Yeah, nice to see. The population of those around here though has been pretty much decimated, unfortunately. Overfishing and taking has caused a huge decline on them. As I said, most of the time that's what you see and come across, just the empty shell. But yeah, I'll check out this ridge line and this sort of sandy area, and then back on in it is. Down here, folks, we have a stranded sea slug. I'm gonna get it out and give you a better show. It's like some form of eggs on the serrated rack there. Possibly from this guy, or girl, should I say. Yeah, all sorts of critters today. Very pleased. Good old slimy slug. I'll get you covered back up in a minute there, buddy. Right, let's get you put back down there, back into the water, cover you up, and off we go. Oh, well, I finally managed to find a female one there, so I can show you the difference there, ladies and gents. The males, we've got 3 of them here, smaller male, larger male here. Unfortunately none of them are big enough to keep, you can tell by the apron in there. And this one here is a female, it has a much bigger pad. Let's see if I can get it to open up. There we go. You can see it's much more rounded compared to the males. But yeah, literally just going along this part of the gully underneath this overhang, and they're all just hanging out underneath there. Nice little find, but I'm glad we found some males and some females to show you the difference between the two. Well, you know me, ladies and gents, couldn't resist a little bit of rock pooling to end the day with. Down here, come here, we have a brown edible crab. Nice little male. He's pretty soft. Sorry for the awkward shot there. He looks quite translucent. Yeah, he is super soft. Literally probably peeled not long ago. Yeah, it's nice to find them when they're like that. Hard on top, so yeah, maybe a couple of days out. Yeah, this here is really translucent. You can actually see, I doubt the GoPro will pick it up properly, like inside. And when you just touch there, it is super soft and squishy. Yeah. Put this guy back under his rock. Nice to see, nice little guy. See you when you're about 4 times, 5 times the size. Hopefully. And you go back down there, buddy. And we'll just be very careful with the rock as I flip it back over. Or are you going to make this awkward for me now and go there? Alright, let me move this rock. Let me slide it over and up and down. There we go. Don't want to crush him. And you little monkey, yeah, you can go back under your rock. Go back under there. Under there. Go. 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 There we go. It's another cool little creature there. This thing here is called a chiton. Yeah. All sorts of species today. Get you put back, buddy. Thank you for joining me again on another adventure. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the little critters that I found. Nice surprise finding that conger eel. Shame there was no lobster in with it, but just a tip for you guys in the future. Normally in caves like that, where you do find conger eels, you normally find lobsters as well. So if you do extract a conger, it's always worth having another little prod around in there afterwards, just to see if there's anything left lying around, because they seem to have some form of symbiotic relationship whenever it's like low tide like this, and they pair up together and hide. So yeah, but it's been a lovely day. The rain hasn't come in yet, which is great, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So if you want to see me go anywhere else, if you want to see me try and find a specific type of species or talk about it, then please let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, have a lovely day, and as I always say, from my adventure to yours, stay safe and have a good day.